Hey there, my name is Ellie. Welcome to Storytime with Ellie podcast. I am your host, Ellie, and today we have Tom Palidino. And a little bit about Tom. He's an holistic medical expert, scholar, scalar, we'll get that scalar, energy researcher, and a humanitarian based here in Florida. He has developed scalar energy technology to support humanity in many aspects of health, well-being, from longevity and anti-aging to stress and energy management and hormonal balance and nutrition. And that's a lot for me to read because I normally don't do that. But yes, you have a lot going on there, Tom, and I'm really happy that you're on here today because you have a lot to share.
Hi,
So
Ellie.
let's go.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you.
I am so happy to have you on here. I can't wait to learn more about you. You have a lot. You're so the technology. I'm like, oh my gosh.
We're gonna speak about technology, but the important thing is how technology can help us. That's the point of my work.
Yes.
Working with energy, I'm a scientist. I work with scalar energy instruments, and the key to my work is to help humanity. That's it. It's. I want to try and simplify this and take it from the science to the humanitarian side, because they're both important as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to speak about scalar energy, scalar light technology. I work with instruments, custom-built scalar energy instruments. I'm going to hold up one of the instruments.
Perfect. I'm glad you got the pictures. Wow.
These are custom-built instruments, and the key to these instruments is I work with the energy of the sun and the stars. So it's not an electrical current. I don't work with electrical currents or magnetism. I work with the energy of the stars. We call it scalar energy. Some people call it 0-point energy. And the key is scalar energy can achieve incredible functions. Scalar energy is, if you will, capable of doing what electricity cannot do.
Wow.
We work within this realm of scalar energy, the energy of the sun and the stars. And we do so in order to produce, if you will, harmonize the quantum body. Now, what do I mean? I don't work with people. I work energetically with force fields. So this is not a biological discussion. It's an energetic discussion.
I know. That's why I'm like, wow. You're going to do all the talking. I'm like, oh. No, it's exciting. You got a lot to talk about because you got a lot going on there.
If you've ever heard of, some people have an aura or an energy field, there's merit to that. There's truth to that. Now, we realize we're physical beings, flesh and blood, we're made out of tissue, cells, etc. That's valid. I don't work with the physical side. I work with the non-physical side, which is the aura or the force field of a person. Now, when I work with people, it's never in person because I don't work with people. What do I mean? I work with their energetic copy, which is a photograph.
You did say that to me.
Now, I'm going to hold up my photograph.
Yes.
This is my photograph. It has energy attached to it. When I place my photograph inside that scalar energy instrument, the instrument finds my aura, or it finds my force field on the photograph. Now, to give you an analogy, Ellie and I are having a conversation through our computers.
Did you do this today?
We can share a conversation. We can share our images through this computer. Okay, so if you can do that through a conference call, then you can do that with scalar energy with a person's image, their photograph. So it's the new science in which we are communicating through the photograph, just as we're communicating by way of analogy through our computers. So what's the point? My photograph has my soul, mind, and body incorporated, embedded upon it. So I work energetically with my soul, mind, and body on the photograph. I can access my soul, mind, and body energetically on the photograph. It's not biological. It's energetic, or what some people call through the force field or the matrix. It's a new science.
Okay. So what you're saying is the fact that you have a picture, and now and this is the machine, correct? That looks at the picture.
That's correct.
Now, what can this machine detect from
Right.
the picture.
That's the key. So
Okay.
we're no longer working with electricity. We're working with a different energy that can pick out on that photograph any type of microbe, any type of virus or bacterium. I'm going to show you how this works.
Wow. Okay.
If I place two photographs inside the instrument, there's always a sharing of information. Now I'm holding up the photograph. It's a magnified photograph of the human papillomavirus. Okay. Many people today, they complain that they have this infection.
What is that virus? Because for some of us who may not know.
Okay. So the human papillomavirus many times is associated with cervical cancer.
Okay.
When I take this photograph of human papillomavirus and I place it inside the instrument, the two photographs speak to one another. They communicate. They share information. The energy, the code of human papilloma is shared with my energy code. If my photograph, if my force field, if my aura had that virus, human papillomavirus, this energy instrument would find human papillomavirus and bring it to a state of chaos or destroy it or nullify it.
Wow.
Yes. So we're not working with flesh and blood. We're working with the energy field of a person. The energy field is found on a person's photograph.
Wow.
This is a new science in which we access the aura or the spirit or the informational field. Now, let me give you an analogy. If we, let's say we're an architect, we're going to build a building, a school, a house, a library, and we have architectural plans. Those architectural plans are not the building. They are the instructions for the building. If my body is the physical building, then there's an informational field of non-physical intelligence that instructs. And that's what I'm working with. I'm not working with the physical building. I'm working with the instructional field, what again, some people call an aura or the energy body. So this is a new science in which we have been able to control information or intelligence. And we never work at the biological level. We only work at the informational level. When we work at the informational level, it's so easy for this instrument to find the information of the human papillomavirus and eradicate it, remove it, destroy it from the informational field.
Okay. All right. We're going to slow it down for one moment, Tom. Okay. So back to prior to all this, what you're telling us in the past, I'm going to say in the past, because what you're saying to me is like so in the future, or it's now, but it's just getting more educating people more about this. So in the past, so just to bring everyone up to what you're saying, you would go to a doctor, you'd get an exam,
Right.
They would test you, lab test, and come back and say you have this virus present.
That's
and
correct.
It has to be treated in a various way of whether it could be like a freeze-in or some kind of medical treatment needs to take care of this virus to
Yes.
cure. So
Yes.
all those steps that we just had to do.
Right.
You're saying
Right.
that photo with those two photos and this machine that you're going to explain to us very shortly
Yes.
is figuring all this out within seconds.
Yes. Instantaneously. You're right.
Wow.
This is the mind of God. I'm working with an intelligence, an infinite intelligence. I firmly believe this is God's light, God's wisdom. And the energy instrument, scalar energy is the light of God. The energy instrument can pick out the signature, let's call it a signature of any virus, including the human papillomavirus, understand that signal, and then negate it. If you have a cell phone and the cell phone call is negated, you no longer have a connection with your cell phone. Well, this is what I'm saying. There's a signal, there's an energy signal or intelligence about any virus. You negate that intelligence, that virus ceases to exist. You've taken away its intelligence.
Okay. Now, all right, it took away its intelligence, you destroyed that. Is this the machine that's doing all this through a photograph?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get you, wow, okay, and then we're
Yes.
gonna, so much talk about.
All of my work is with this instrument.
Okay,
Again, I never work with people. This is not Western science. This is a new science of only working with photographs.
wow.
But here's the key. You teleport, you can be in two places at once. This science does never, I never treat people. I treat their photograph, which is their bilocated version.
You just put a lot of hospitals and doctors out of work.
If you send me your photograph, you're in two places at once. You're in your office and your photograph is inside my laboratory because you teleport by way of scalar energy. You're in two places at once.
Scalar energy, okay. Wow. Okay, this is amazing. I'm like, okay. So let's go to the machine. Can we do that? Or am I jumping over your story? I mean,
That's fine. That's fine.
we jump back and forth.
Yeah, the machine, that's the key to my work. It's technology. Again, the point of technology is to help people. So this is rather advanced. I've been at this for 50 years. And
Asking how long.
50. And I would say if you will, the founding fathers of this science would be two men, Nikola Tesla and Galen Hieronymus. They both developed scalar energy instruments, and I've learned from both of them. And the key today is I've modified their approach. I've modified their instruments to the point that I'm working now with this custom-built instrument in my laboratory. And this instrument allows me to seek out the intelligence of any virus, bacterium, and fungus and bring that virus, bacterium, and fungus to a state of chaos. So what does that mean? Through the energetic field, we have discovered the easy way to rid microbes or pathogens. And I never work with people because people bilocate to my laboratory. I only work with their energy field on the photograph.
Okay, so this is, it's amazing. It's quite advanced. So how do these people come to you with it? What do you do? You just ask them, you did ask me for a picture.
Yes, yeah.
Did you print one out of me? Because you could tell me what you found and it better be healthy.
Yes, we did. We always print photographs out where there's one photo. There are many.
I'm afraid. Wait, wait a minute. We can do my dog. Can we do my dog? My Tom, look, we do my dog. You did want to do the dog. Oh my God. This is amazing. Okay.
So well, let's put this into context.
Yes.
This instrument is custom built. My approach is unique. It's never been duplicated with the exception of my predecessor, a man by the name of Galen Hieronymus, who's deceased. I carry on with his work. So I'm trying to reintroduce this work of Dr. Galen Hieronymus. And to this day, nobody has duplicated my results. Nobody has duplicated the results of Hieronymus. Why? The instrumentation is very sophisticated and you have to know what you're doing. So we're at the point now that I'm trying to introduce this science to the world. It's a new branch of physics. That's what we're speaking about.
Okay. So let me see. I did have to get some questions for you, Tom, but you're answering a lot of it. How does oh boy, help me out here. Have you had people that actually had given you a picture, you have found, and the result?
Yes. To me,
me,
it's all about results. I'm glad.
Yeah. We should have had some people that we should have even had a camera in your lab. I mean, we should have got really we could have really gotten into it.
The key is results. I'm going to give the audience, for instance, this is a photograph of a clinic that I'm working with in Delhi, India. And these people have sent me their photograph. It's an HIV/AIDS clinic in Delhi, India, Om Prakash HIV/AIDS clinic. And by taking a photograph of the HIV virus, I can identify the HIV virus in their quantum field, in their energy field. Now, keep in mind, I live in North America. These people live in Delhi, India. But by sending me their photograph, they teleport to my laboratory.
Mhm.
And in so doing, I can access their energy field on the photograph and eradicate the HIV virus. All of the work is on the photograph. Why? People can be in two places at once. I never work with people. I work with their energy equivalent or their bilocated version, which is the photograph.
Amazing.
People can be in two places at once. So, what are the results? Well, after I work with these people, many of them say they feel better, their health is returned. And some of them have gone as far as to have a follow-up test result. And the
Wow.
test results show no viral load for HIV.
Amazing. And this is all done through the photo.
To the photo.
Once it's identified, what do you do then in your lab? Once it's identified on the photo?
That's all I have to do. You see, there's no human reasoning. To be very clear, it's like flying in an airplane. All you have to do is sit down and put on your seatbelt. You don't fly, the plane flies for you. This instrument will find the HIV virus in your quantum field and eradicate it. You don't do anything. Let the energy, let the machine do the work in which we can identify the HIV virus and eradicate it.
Wow, this is like amazing. Kind of lost
Now, this proves a new branch of physics in which, in the electromagnetic spectrum, in the world that we recognize, you only can be in one place at a time. In a scalar energy paradigm, you can be in 2 or 3 or 5 places simultaneously. And this is what some people are starting to realize. There is another dimension. And it's probably the dimension of heaven in which you can be in many places simultaneously. That's the key to my work.
I mean, this is a lot, right? What you're saying. So you really, I mean, you talk about hurdle jumping. You have some major hurdles.
Yes, yes. I have to
You don't
introduce
need me
it.
to sit here and tell me this, but you don't need me to tell you this. But
It's a new science. I'll be the first to tell you it's a new branch of physics, and it's not taught by academia today.
no. So what are some of the potential, I mean, some of the challenges or criticism that you have gotten from this?
Most people are open to this because they realize when I'm working with an instrument, and I only work with instruments, that the instrument follows the laws of science. This is not hyperbole. This is not my opinion. I follow the laws of science.
It's amazing. Amazing. So now if somebody wants to do this with you, they want to like, how can they get a hold of you to do this?
The key is I have to prove this to people. So on my website, I give away 15 days of free sessions. Anybody in the world can visit my website and sign up, and you can include your entire family. You can send us a group photograph of family members. We'll treat you for free for 15 days. Now, there are 3 functions I'm going to mention. Number 1, we have the ability to remove, eradicate, obliterate, call it what you will, germs, microbes, viruses, bacteria, fungi. That's one of the processes. We also have the ability with this instrument so strong we can illuminate the brain waves or the chakras. We can rebalance brain waves with this instrument because your brain waves are detected on your photograph.
Wow.
And then there's the final method is we take, if you will, we take photographs of vitamins and we download the energy of vitamins into a person. We can take a vitamin B5 and download the energy into a person. Now, the upshot of that is people say that they feel better, they're stronger, and many people then can start reducing their food intake because people are receiving energetically vitamins and minerals energetically, and that switches off their hunger pangs, so to speak.
So in other words, they're also taking vitamins without literally going to the cabinet,
Yes.
taking the vitamins.
Yes. In other words, I deliver vitamins energetically. through the force field. The energy, the intelligence on the force field of a vitamin is downloaded into my aura. All of this is non-physical. All of this is through the photograph. All of this is through the scalar dimension, which is not Newtonian physics. It's a new branch of physics.
So I'm going to keep this on a layman's term. How can you get this to where you really want it to be? Because I'm just assuming that it's a pretty high ladder to climb.
Yeah, well, you're right. It's a high ladder because I have to introduce a new science.
Yes, because I mean,
And I'm the only one in the world with this instrument.
and you said you got the instrument from someone else.
Hieronymus, yes.
He built this instrument. How do you say the name?
Galen Hieronymus was the initial inventor. I've taken his instrument and I've modified it.
Wow. So where do you see this going? I mean, other than it seems like a miraculous type of item, and it's medical. You're defeating the medical world. I mean, you're going to have a lot of, I don't want to say pessimistic, a lot of people that are going to be like, there's no way. So it seems like it would have to be a scientific study you're doing on a lot of hurdles, a lot of jumping through a lot of.
You're right. You're right. And here's the problem. This is not electricity or magnetism. This is a new branch of physics that cannot be proven.
Right. And
there's no test. There's no test. There's no way to measure the energy. There's no existing technology that can prove or disprove my work.
No, and it's actually, I'm going to be honest, it's mind-boggling because again, I'm trying to turn it, into a layman's term. It's almost like if somebody says, and I probably shouldn't say that, like, okay, picture God, what God looks like, or what's beyond God, and it's like almost like that draws that blank in your mind, like you can't go that far. This theory is very similar.
Yes, it is.
Right? To like
this is beyond time and space. You're absolutely right. This is the intelligence of the universe. We're no longer bound to time and space.
Wow.
We are teleporting. We're in a different dimension with this energy.
You are so far beyond.
Yeah, it's quite different. It's quite different. And it will change the world because this.
I was going to ask you where you want to go with this next. I mean, obviously,
it removes all the impediments. When you're beyond time and space, there are no impediments. There's no obstacles. No obstacles.
I mean, to get something like this even out more, do you think it's, I mean, this is going to sound really different, but like a clinic, like set up a brick and mortar building to say, all right, this is where I am today. Come on, a doctor appointment. Did you ever think of turn this around like?
Maybe, but here's the problem. Even if you set up a clinic, it's irrelevant. I only work through photographic realms. I don't work with biological.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
a clinic is obsolete. It's unnecessary. With this science, you don't work in the physical realm. You have to physically visit a clinic to have a physical session. I don't work in the physical realm.
No,
I work in the spirit.
I get that, but I mean, now it's a psychology thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like to be in a brick and mortar building or out, other than, in other words, it's coaxing people into maybe understanding what this is. I mean, do you know, a little bit like introducing something that, or I think you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm trying to bring in that into the world that we are, like you're here and we're here, and you got to try to come up a little bit.
I don't know, Ellie, you're right, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to go from here to here. I just don't. Yeah. And the only way I can describe this is at least explaining this process, showing the type of instruments that I work with. I give away 15 days of free sessions. It's difficult. I realize that.
I'm just trying to help, like to help you out, because it's amazing. It's amazing what this does, and it's just it's education. It's educating and belief. Mm-hmm. And let's face it, people don't believe unless they feel it or see it.
Yes.
So this is what, you're giving away free things, but there's more to this. There's a lot more. And it's
Yeah.
amazing. And it's something like I was saying, you can't, let's face it, the human mind is if we can't see it, feel it, or hear it, we kind of like it doesn't exist. And
Right.
that's not true, right? It's not true.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have saw the machine. Like we should have did it. Like, gosh, someone could have came there. You could have showed your machine. Um, oh wow. What else would you suggest that like? It's just amazing. That's all I can tell you. I
Well,
mean,
maybe some other day we'll go into the laboratory and we'll show
you
the
know,
instrument. Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, it's so interesting, and like I said, we're talking about it, but really, I think to get the adept to feel is
Mm.
actually to go in and say, "Oh my God, look at this machine." It's like, um, or to do this technique with people. I think you did send me a your picture. I think I was scared to have you send me a picture. Wait, maybe scared to have me do my picture. Um, Yeah, it's just amazing. So what else can you explain to us? You explained a lot, but I'm trying to bring it down to more like layman's like
You
terms.
know, let me put in this language. Many people believe in angels, I do. And many people
Nice.
have said that they can see their angel, and an angel will pass through a brick wall. So an angel can pass through anything. Why? Because it's non physical, it's angelic. So when somebody sends me their photograph, this is sort of, if you will, their angelic counterpart. It's not, I don't treat people, I treat their aura or their, if you will, their spirit.
Yeah, so that's how you need to wrap it around by saying you treat their spirit.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going. You are a super, super intelligent man, Tom, and you don't need me to sit here, toot your horn.
Everybody's intelligent as
Yeah,
long
but
as you
you're up
ask
there.
these. Go ahead.
No, you're doing something that most of us wouldn't even think of doing. So you did reach a higher, real. You did.
Mm.
And so for people like me or the ones that are out there trying to see, wow, it is to bring it to say, like what you just said, right? You're treating the aura.
Right.
That might be a good way to explain this to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because let's face it, science, technology, and spiritual universe, all that's, there's a connection. There's a divine connection with all that, right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's
Yes.
just a matter of bringing the two together because a lot of times we don't see it that way. We don't think of it as religion or the universe as science. Some of us we might, but this seems like it's bringing it together.
It does. So this explains the spirit world.
Yeah.
I have a scientific instrument that accesses the spirit world, which is all non-physical. That's all my work. And the spirit of a person is on their photograph.
Mm.
And once, if you will, academia realized that there is a spirit world which I access on the photograph, then we'll be all the better for it. Then we'll finally make progress. It's non-physical science.
Okay. Spiritual. Say
That's,
spiritual. Now let me, if you don't mind me, Tom, turn this around. Other than your this invention creation, which is amazing. What about yourself? What made you, or should I ask, how did you grow up? What made
I,
you get into science? Do you mind
yeah,
me asking that, or you don't want to talk about it now?
no, that's fine.
It's up to you.
I was always intrigued by the work of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, the great scientist. I knew he was on to something. And on top of that, I come from a Christian background, and I knew that there is a spirit world,
Mm.
a non-physical spirit world. So the flesh and blood is real, but so is the spirit. They're both real. So why not start working with the spirit world, the non-physical science? Why not? Why just work with the physical science?
Mm.
Well, that's what I've modeled my career off. I want to work with non-physical science.
Okay. Amazing.
Um, and it's been very fruitful. I've really enjoyed myself. It's a great pursuit. I couldn't ask for a better lifestyle, frankly.
Well, of course, that's the main thing is that you're enjoying what you're doing, and I mean, obviously, you totally understand it. But it's just like anything else. If you eat at a good restaurant, right? It's a great restaurant. We tell everybody because that's what we
Right.
do. We want to spread the word, spread the word. So we need to spread the word on Tom Palidino. Am I saying your name right, Tom?
That's correct.
Yeah, on what you do, on your mission and what you believe in. There's it's can touch a lot of people. I think it's got a lot of, I think
It has,
it's educating. It's educating people on what you have and what it can do, and you have to be a believer.
it has tremendous potential. You're absolutely right. And eventually, I want to be able to treat 1 billion people through their photograph. It's the photograph that I treat. I want to treat 1 billion photographs a year, not 1 billion people, 1 billion photographs of the spirit of a person.
Right. So then I'm saying what you could be doing too, and which I'm sure you are doing because you just said, is you need to be treating the people's photographs and then them talking about too what they have.
Yes.
And I'm sure
Yes.
you got plenty of it, but we didn't ask to bring them on today. We didn't think about it, but it's you see, it's like a virus, it's gotta spread. It's spreading what you do,
Mhm.
the authentic world and unreal world.
Yes. And the best way,
And the
and
more
I
it's spread, the
agree
more
with you, is
yeah,
by word of mouth, by a grassroots effort.
by word of
Because
mouth, but people wanna
this is not taught at the university level. I don't expect them to understand this.
Mm, no,
People at the university level have no training in this. It's not their fault. I don't expect them to understand that.
no, it's up to you to do this, to get this going. I mean, you are getting it going, you're
I
doing
need people like you just to tell people what we're doing and go to our website. We give away 15 days of free sessions.
Mhm.
Try it.
Amazing, yeah. We're gonna, well, obviously, this podcast is heard, we are global, we are top 5%, which is a good thing. Um,
Good.
and it's
Good.
funny because our main listeners, I'll just tell you this is, because we have all that, well, Phil knows, I told the statistics, but our listeners, the majority of are India.
Mm.
That's our main, and then we're in Ireland, we're all over the world, but in this country, it's Texas. So I mean, you're gonna be heard. Your story will be heard all over the world, and hopefully, it stirs some more action and you get some more people participating in your study.
Now, I'm going to make this clear. When I work with a person's photograph, there's never a negative biological consequence. Why? It's not biological. You cannot have a side effect with your spirit, with your aura. I work with energy fields. You can't have a pimple. You can't become nauseous. You cannot in any way, if you will, have inflammation. How can a photograph experience a biological consequence? It cannot. So my work is not only accurate, but it's without negative side effects. Your photograph cannot have a negative side effect.
Right. I think we understand that. I'm telling you, I'm about myself here, my dog listening to you, but I think the way you speak and you explain it, it's very clear. We understand that you're getting it from the photograph, but it's just everything that led up to that photograph. And you got your machine. Can I ask what the machine is made of, or is that not a good thing to ask?
So that's fine. It's custom built. Everything on the instrument, just about everything has to be handcrafted.
Mm,
And this is a compilation of, if you will, close to 90 years of engineering in which everything has to work together. It's synchronistic, as the term has it. If we ever do a follow-up interview, I'll show you the instrument in
yeah.
operation. It's without any moving parts. And so
I'm
the
gonna ask
instrument does not create the motion. The motion is from the stars.
Amazing. Okay, very cool. What else, Tom, would you like to share about this? About or even yourself, where anything.
Yeah,
People get a little more familiarized who Tom is too. Really
visit my
big. You said you
visit
live.
my website if you want to learn anything about me. My outreach today, the purpose of our talk, of our discussion, I want to help people. Great technology is designed to help mankind. And with great morality, you can move forward. So that's the point of my work. I am a humanitarian. I want to help people. I've spent my life in this pursuit. And so those of you in the listening audience, if this makes sense, contact me, join us. Let's change the world
Very nice. Perfect. Yeah.
for the better.
Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds great. It's amazing, Tom. Amazing.
Thanks, Helen.
Anything
Thank you.
else you'd like to add?
No, That's step one. Maybe we'll do a follow-up interview. But step one is
there's so much. It really is.
there is. I don't want to overwhelm the audience. This is the first introduction, 35 minutes. That's all you need. Visit the website, sign up for the 15-day free session. Include your pets, by the way. Send in photographs of your pets. Many times your pets have a favorable experience. And with all of that in mind, then you decide how you feel. Now, if you have a favorable response from your audience, maybe this summer we could do a follow-up interview and see how everybody responds, and we could take some questions at that time.
Yeah, because this is, it's so new, and it's so, even like trying to, to interview you. There's so much to this.
Yes. Right.
And
You're right.
And people, you can't see it, and that's what I was trying to say. So it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But yet I wanted you to get your story, or who you are, Tom, and what you're doing out, so people can, as an intro, understand what you got going on and what you're doing, and think about it, digest it a little bit, and see, let's see what we can come up with this.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the key to help you.
Okay.
So once again, include your pets. You could send in email us photographs of your entire family, get their permission. Scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight, LIGHT.com. Visit the website. We will work with you for 15 days. The greater majority of people say that they had a positive experience after 15 days of sessions.
Wow. All right, great. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it out there. We're going to, when we podcast becomes live, we'll also have, we always do like a little notes with it as well. And we're going to put that on there as well, that the people should, pets, anyone photos send to you. And let's see what we can get going. And actually your information will be also attached to that they could, your email and whatever, and your website, so they can look to find out who Tom is.
Okay, I couldn't ask for more. Thank you.
Tom, don't go anywhere yet. We're just going to stop the recording. Don't go. But thanks again, Tom, for being on the podcast, Storytime with Ellie. And we'll definitely have you on here again. But I'd like to do the let's get that machine. I call it a machine.
The next time we'll do it in the lab. Thank you.
I got you. All right. Thanks again, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you.